Rith Drooker, a political affairs analyst on Israel's TV channel 13, said, "The Israeli army is not capable of attacking Lebanon and creating a security belt up to the Al-Litani River or removing all Lebanese Hezbollah forces from the borders. Unfortunately, this dream of ours does not come true. Israel cannot return Lebanon's Hezbollah to the borders after the Al-Litani River and guarantee its non-return. The future of Israel is not good. What is happening in Gaza is a proof of this issue." Channel 12 of the Israeli regime's TV also reported earlier, Lebanon's Hezbollah is present on the borders and always attacks. Hezbollah has been successful in its attacks on Israel. Yossi Millman, an analyst of military and security affairs in Haaretz newspaper, also said earlier that any all-out war against Lebanon's Hezbollah may put the Israeli regime in existential danger. In this regard, Haaretz newspaper reported that soldiers under the northern command of the Israeli regime army refused to meet with Netanyahu at their base in Jabal Hermon. This newspaper wrote, orders were given to these soldiers to prepare to meet with Netanyahu, but most of them did not participate in this meeting. The newspaper did not disclose the reason for these soldiers' opposition to the meeting with Netanyahu, but this issue is due to the growing differences between the political and military officials of Israel regarding the Gaza war and the possibility of conflict with Lebanon. Regime army soldiers, especially the wounded, have repeatedly refused to meet with Netanyahu. By giving a like and subscribing the channel, you are helping an independent analytical media to continue its journey. Israeli leaders are worried about a war on the northern borders in the shadow of the increasing missile capabilities of the Lebanese resistance. Meanwhile, Yediot Aharonot newspaper quoted the settlers who left their homes in the north of the occupied territories and wrote that they feel abandoned by the government and cannot return to their homes. Hebrew media reported on Friday, at a time when Lebanon's Hezbollah continues to fire rockets at northern settlements, the settlers feel that the power of Lebanon's Hezbollah has not been harmed. One of the settlers said, "The army always says that it has pushed the Hezbollah forces away from the borders of Lebanon, but we see them in Maroun al-Ras. How did they keep them away when they shoot missiles at us every day? The government has abandoned us. Our settlements are like after the Vietnam War." Since the Al-Aqsa storm operation by Hamas against the Israeli regime and the beginning of the war of this regime in Gaza, the borders of Lebanon and the occupied territories have been the scene of exchange of fire between Hezbollah and the army of this regime. Lebanon's Hezbollah insists that it will not stop its attacks on Israeli bases on the border until the end of the aggression against Gaza. International parties, including France and the United States, warn of the possibility of a large-scale war between the Israeli regime and Lebanon's Hezbollah and want an end to the border tensions between the two sides.